Alright, e-bikers, with great power comes great responsibility. That's a 1000 watt motor. This is the Senada Saber. We'll check it out next on the channel. Alright guys, so this is the Senada Saber, again a 1000 watt 26x4 fat tire e-bike. It retails for $16.99 at senadabike.com. This kind of compares to other e-bikes like the Rusher XF900 and maybe the Aerial Rider Kepler just came out. Those are both 1000 watt e-bikes. Traditionally you may see 1000 watts on kind of the e-moped styles, but I like this one because it's kind of the e-bike style. It looks like an e-bike and it rides like one as well. So this does come to me at no cost from Senada, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion today on the video. They did not pay me for this. They just sent me a free bike for review and testing, and we're going to check it out on the road today as well. So let's go over some of the specs here. We have a 15 amp hour battery, pretty big battery here in the down tube. It does stick out a little bit on the side, as you can see. It's a 7-speed. It's got mechanical disc brakes, not hydraulic. It's got a front headlight. It's got front shocks, of course. The LCD display. Nothing fancy there, pretty basic. There's your display. What else? It's got a bell. Comes with an integrated bell. It's got a little kill switch for the motor, if you want to do that, and a twist throttle on the right side. I've done a couple things to it. I put a little Mylon taillight on it, since the rack is not on, and I put a little mirror underneath there for safety's sake. The seat's actually pretty comfortable. It's pretty soft, so I don't have any complaints with that one yet anyway. I did take it on. I got about 30 miles on the bike so far, and we'll see how it goes. There is a controller down here. This bike goes about 26, 27, 28 miles an hour roughly. I'm still testing that out. It does, they do say it can go faster, and they say they're sending me a new controller to do that, to make it go 34 miles an hour. So we'll see if I get that, and I'll put it in when I do. If I can get 34 miles an hour out of this, that would be awesome. It'd be kind of like a mini motorcycle overall. It's 72 pounds is the weight of this bike. It's got a again a 1000 watt Bafang motor in the rear there. That peaks, they told me, at 1500 watts. You can see the Bafang lettering there. But this is kind of a big, beefy bike. I think big guys would like this bike. Again, range, mileage testing, I think I'm getting 20 to 25, kind of in the mid-level range, speed range. So we're going to do a road test today and see how it works. It does feel heavy on the road. It feels heavier than it is, if you ask me. The front suspension is, the front is kind of, it feels heavy when you're steering, and this bike just lumbers into the power. It's not a torquey power. It's a very slow power that really comes on. But when it comes on, you feel it. You feel that 1000 watt in the back there. So let's take it out on the road and see how she does. Here's a look at the handlebars and the cockpit. Again, twist shift over here. Here's your control panel, up, down mode. And look at the display itself. It's pretty easy to read in sunlight, as you can see. Just the basics. Love these blue tires. Great color combination here on the Saber. No buses up front, so just the logo, which I prefer actually. I don't like front racks. Cable management is okay. Nothing to write home about. Got a turny derailleur on there. Okay, bikers, let's do some road testing here. So we're going to do some PAS tests, 1 through 5. We'll do a hill climb test. We'll do a full speed test. We'll do some braking tests and a downhill run as well. So we're on the Senada Saber 1000 watt e-bike. Lots of power. This is kind of like a, I guess it's kind of like my cruising bike, right? It's like almost like a, if you take your Sunday motorcycle drive, this is kind of that kind of feel of a bike. It's kind of short range. It's not going to give you a long range because it's got a 15 amp hour battery, which paired with a 1000 watt motor is going to suck that battery pretty fast. So I'll do a full range test on it as well at some point, but it's probably not going to get more than 30 miles in one charge. But we shall see. So I'm in PAS 1. Let's just kind of run through these PS levels and see how fast each one is, because this is definitely a lot faster than most of my other bikes. Top speed is 28. They did send me a new controller that will up that to about 34 miles an hour. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, I think. The controller is right down here, so it's easily accessible. And that'll be my first time ever changing a controller out. But let's do this PAS test and see where we go. All right. This is a heavier bike. It's like something like 75 pounds ish, and the power comes on slow. So this is kind of a lumbering e-bike once it gets up to speed. So PAS 1 is very hard to pedal. I'm doing 6.5 according to the Senada display panel. Got my speedometer app as well up here. Let's bump it up to 2. And it really starts going. We're up to 12 miles an hour, 12.3, 12.4, 12.5. So 12 and a half miles per hour is on PS2. Going to 3. This is really where it starts to take off. 17, 18 miles an hour, PS3. PS4, we're at 21, 22. And I gotta stop. There's people here. So you saw PS4 was pretty fast. I'm going to try it again. Wait for these cars to pass. Let's go back on PS4. Let's just wait for the car to go. Alright, back to PS4. You can hear that power come on. 9, 12, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 22, 24. This is a PS4, 25. Almost at 26 there. 25 miles an hour on PS4. Let's try PS5. Alright, we got some straightaway here. Already at 21, 22. Got some wind going here, so 26, both of the stop sign. 26 miles an hour. 26.5 I hit. That seems to be the top speed of this actually. So 26.5 I got. Which for a 1000 watt motor I would have expected a couple of more. 28, you know. I think there's a 24 amp controller in there. Do a throttle only test here. Going downhill, so throttle only 26. No cars. So I like that the throttle goes full all the way to 26 and it cuts out. You feel it in the back. You feel it build as you start to climb in speed. And it's just a really cool feeling compared to some other e-bikes. So this is kind of like my motorcycle style ride I have. You know, it's kind of a lumbering, cruising speed e-bike. So, all right, let's go do a hill test and see how that works. Okay, I'm on my hill test here. I got a new app called Hill Attack that gives you the angle of your ascent and also the grade, along with speed as well. So we're gonna turn this on while I'm doing this one. First time I've used this, so we'll check it out. You can do it in miles per hour or kph, and yeah, look forward to this. So again, this is a hill. It's pretty long. It's got kind of two levels to it. So it goes up the hill, short hill here. It levels out a bit, and then there's a steeper hill on the second part. And this is where I do all my hill tests for all my e-bikes. All right, I'm in PS5. I'm in gear 5, I think. And we'll lower that. Maybe lower that to 4. But get the throttle in, and here we go. Put it into 4th gear. That's better. Climbing 14 miles an hour. Getting to 15. Yeah, gaining speed here. You can feel that 1000 watt kick in. I'm doing 18 miles an hour, 19 miles an hour. Wow, it's still going. I'm doing 20 miles an hour uphill. Here comes the steeper part. You see the angle change. The grade is 7%, I think. It's hard to read. 7% grade. Wow, that's pretty impressive. 13, I think it's 13, 14 miles an hour up there. Normally I would hit like 10 or 11 or 12 miles an hour. So that's pretty impressive for 1000 watt. You just feel that power push you uphill. Wave. So again, this is just coasting. See how fast we can go. And then a brake test at the end. So 21 miles an hour, 20. 25, 26, 28, 29. It's like about 28 miles an hour. All right, so that's the brake test. These brakes are a little, could be a little better. I'm going to put actually hydraulic calipers on there and see if that improves it. I've got some extra calipers at home. The seat on this is pretty comfortable. I don't have any issues with taking it out. I think it works fine. I have the lockout on. I'm getting some rattling from the spring in there, I think. So I locked the suspension fork up. The front end of this bike feels heavier than other e-bikes. Steering's a little bit harder, or stiffer, I would say. Little motorbike there. All right, so that's the end of the ride. I mean, you can't beat the look of this Senada. The blue on black. I mean, it's definitely the coolest looking bike I have in my garage right now. So I give a high marks for design. You know, the frame is sort of an old style frame you've seen before, but I do like the look of it overall. It's a nice little kind of lumbering speed bike. That power just is a crescendo. It just builds and builds and builds until you hit the top speed. That's just fun to ride. Because nice, smooth, long power delivery too. It's kind of a long power delivery. And you know, if you want a short run, fast, lumbering, you know, cruiser, check this bike out. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time on Crisscrossed.